Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Methos, and I'm funkin' hungry. So, I'm in California right now, and I have a friend of mine, maybe my longest friend in the hobby, named Thomas, who said as soon as you get to California again, you've got to try Round Table Pizza. And I had never heard of them before, but the hotel I happen to be staying at is right next door to a Round Table Pizza. So it is time to follow up on my brother Thomas's recommendation and see if it's all that it's supposed to be. Now, here, they've got something that immediately grabbed my attention. It's a Garlic Lovers Supreme. And here we've got a beautiful, beautiful pizza with mushrooms, tomatoes. It's got pepperoni on it. It's got Italian. It's got a boatload of garlic. And it's replaced the traditional red sauce with a creamy garlic sauce. And I even asked for some extra cups of garlic sauce on the side because I'm a big fan of garlic. And so seeing this garlic heavy pizza featured on their menu immediately jumped out at me. So I'm going to dive in and we're going to give it a taste. I really hope, I'm a big fan of garlic, so I really hope this is all that it's supposed to be. So Brother Thomas, this is amazing. Big thank you. If it's not as good as I expect it to be, that's on you, brother. All right, we're gonna go in for a bite and see what it's like. See what it is. Is there a cheese pool? Just a slight cheese. To be fair, I did walk across the street to get it and walked it back, come up, set up the camera. So, you know, probably could have had, if I had gotten here faster, maybe I had a bigger cheese pool. All right, so let's look at that slice, guys. Let's look at that slice. You can see the tomatoes, the mushrooms. You can see the sausage, the pepperonis. Can't see the garlic. I imagine that's all underneath all this beautiful layer of cheese, though. Look at the crust. That's a good-looking crust. Feels good. It's not a soggy crust, you guys. Don't you hate when you go out for pizza and the crust is already soggy? Sometimes it's because you got so many toppings on it, it gets juicy. But that soggy crust is never what I personally want. So it's got a nice, it's not too crispy. I don't like, saltines as my crusts. But it's not soaking wet. It feels good. It feels good. But it doesn't taste good. Let's find out. Oh yeah, that is good. That's a nice treat. You've definitely got a nice bite of garlic in there, which is exactly what I wanted. It's exactly why I clicked this on the menu. You've got the savory saltiness of the sausage here, the pepperoni coming through. You've got some umami from the mushrooms and that nice brightness from the tomatoes, which is good because, you know, you expect a tomato sauce on a lot of pizzas. This has got the creamy garlic sauce, but having the diced tomatoes on there that have been roasted through the oven bring back some of that citrusy and brightness. It's a perfect balance. That is a tasty pizza indeed. Look how creamy and cheesy this is too. I don't know if this is how well this is conveying, but look at that. It's just so creamy. They've got a nice thick layer of cheese, and it's not a cheap cheese. You know, it's not like, look at that. It's not just like the typical store-bought mozzarella where it's just like, you know, it's either in its melty state or its hard state. This is like a creamy quality. Really, really good. But the crust, by the way, if you like your crust right in the middle, right, this is not thick at all, but it's not a thin crust. It doesn't taste like a saltine. It is just, you can see right there how thick it is. It's just a nice, airy, light vessel to deliver that pizza into my face, which is exactly what I want. Now, let's take a taste. Okay, you can see the cheese, there's no huge crust here. The cheese goes pretty much right up to the edge. But let's take a bite of that crust, that edge here, really, and see what it's all about. What I love because you can see the cheese that goes all the way up to the edge there, you're getting this bit at the back here where the crunch isn't just the bread. You're getting some crunch where that cheese is baked against the edge of the pizza. And that little cheese crisp there it makes is a really, really nice touch. Normally, I eat the crust on all my pizzas. I'm not one of those that eats the pizza, leaves the crust. But I think even if there is someone out there, plenty of people out there who like to leave the crust, I think even they might find that this crust here is totally edible, because it is not just like the rest of the pizza. It's got that extra crispiness, that extra cheese crisp. Now, all pizza is greasy. Is it a little greasy? It is just a touch greasy, but it's actually not as greasy as you might expect from, like, say, your local big chains. This is not as greasy as a Pizza Hut pizza or a Domino's. All right, this is actually pretty well contained, especially considering I've got two kind of greasy meats on here, pepperoni and sausage. It's not too greasy there. Like I said, is there some moisture? We'll give it a pat, right? Is there some moisture there? For sure, there's some grease there, but it's not a heavy amount of grease. And on top of that, you know, it's not too far in the other direction too. It's definitely not dry, right? It's perfect. I do want to give one more bite in before I ask them. I've got 2 cups of this, 2 cups of the extra garlic creamy sauce, because I love garlic so much, guys. So it looks like ranch, but it's supposed to be the creamy garlic sauce. So let's take a taste. That is amazing. It is creamy like ranch. It is very similar to ranch, but with a really, really extra big hit of garlic in the aftertaste. Like, almost like they put in just a whole boatload of like minced garlic into this pasta, or into the sauce here. So you're like, you get that creamy hit, very ranch reminiscent at first, but then just like it finishes, you know, leaving a lingering garlic taste in your mouth. It's very, very nice. So if you're not into ranch, I would you know, not worry about getting the extra sauce. And I think that's something, you know, I just saw creamy garlic sauce on their website. I didn't know that it would be, you know, kind of ranch dressing adjacent, you know, like a specialized ranch dressing. But it's good that I do know that. If I didn't like ranch dressing and I went into this, I might be disappointed. So it's something to look out for. But if you do like ranch and you like a big punch of garlic in your mouth, hey, there you go. So that's a good bite right there. Like I said, one of my good friends, Thomas, recommended this place to me. Thank you so much, Thomas. And I recommend you guys too, if you find yourself in the California area and you can find a round table pizza near you, it's a pretty amazing pie. So go get you a slice, guys. Till next time, guys, this is Methos, and I'm Phunken hungry.